We're back for you on Breakfast Central on News Central on this wonderful Christmas Eve day, the 24th day of December 2019. Not to forget, though, that you can catch us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and not forgetting YouTube and indeed LinkedIn. That's the hashtag for you, NC Breakfast Central. And also you can catch us on our website. That's it, newscentral.africa. Let's go straight to some Tech Tuesday, shall we? All about the video game industry, which has clearly benefited largely from the extensive acceptance of smart devices and gaming applications. Now, over the past 5 years, there have been a shift from physical distribution to digital distribution in the market now, and this is all clearly based on demand. Now, according to stats, Africa represents only 1% of the video gaming market globally, and the continent is yet to gainfully explore the opportunities here to really make sense of all this. I'm joined this morning by Opeola Fopefoluwa, who is a trained architect, co-founder, and chief technical officer at Live Machines, a Nigerian-based PC build and online computer component retailer. Well, thank you for coming, Opeola, to Breakfast Central. Yes, first tell us about Live Machines, and it's quite an interesting name.
Live Machines is, basically from two words, life and machines.
Okay.
We all know that our lives are already linked with technology.
Yeah, one way or the other.
One way or the other. So, in fact, that is where that life comes from. Then machines, basically, we don't deal in basic PCs, actually. So we call our computers machines because they run high-end computing tasks, basically. So that's why we call them machines.
And you're into PC building.
Yes.
But you trained as an architect.
Yeah,
that's two, contrasting backgrounds.
Well, in my opinion, it was actually the architecture part that led me into PC building. While I was in school, there was this surge in the use of CAD, computer-aided designs, and back then they were hardly
as an architect.
As an architect,
in your technical design.
So during our designs, our school presentations, and all that, so there was hardly perfect PCs that could actually run our designs effectively and efficiently. So we had to rely on high-end PCs. And I remember when I was in school, there was nobody with a performance PC. So we had to borrow, and it was frustrating. I think in my final year of my master's degree, we had a final project, defense, and days before the defense, my PC crashed. I lost a lot of files, and it was basically because there was no powerful PC that could handle what I was doing, because I was doing 3D models. I was rendering, imagine rendering an estate. Doing a model of an estate, you actually need a very powerful PC to do that. So that was what led me into PCs and computers, basically, because I realized that it was a general problem for us designers and architects at that point. Then gradually it evolved, and I think the first PC we sold was actually to one of our junior colleagues. He needed an Alienware at that time. And
Alienware?
Yeah.
Why is it called Alienware?
Because it is actually a high-performance computer. So the brand itself is called Alienware, and it's actually produced by Dell. So it's a Dell brand for gaming PCs. Yes, so that's how it actually started, and we gradually evolved into selling these PCs to our colleagues, our mates, and everybody started, enjoying the fact that there are powerful PCs that can run these programs seamlessly. So that's how we started.
All right. You talked about, this Alienware, which is is it strictly for gaming?
Yeah, it is a gaming PC.
Yeah, and because I think from the outlook, it looks something very from Predator.
Yes, it's actually it's a gaming PC, and one of the requirements of gaming PCs had the graphic cards, the processing power that comes with it. But the interesting thing about it is that gaming PCs are multifunctional enough to run power-intensive programs. So like programs like 3D Max, for example. For architects, we use 3D Max, we use SketchUp, we use AutoCAD, and these applications require graphics, high-end graphics. So we tap into these graphics that this kind of gaming PCs provide. And that is how we execute our projects effectively.
All right. What about the gaming part? Because we talked about in the intro, which, well, we're really moving from the console to the PC end of things now.
I think it's actually a gradual process.
Oh, was it very console people here?
In Nigeria, in Nigeria, the atmosphere is actually for consoles because these gaming equipments are actually expensive. You know, consoles are a little bit affordable, and here in Nigeria, the gaming industry or video game industry is actually small. It's actually a small community, but people are passionate about it. So the little people involved in gaming prefer to use consoles. And we, as Live Machines, we are coming in as equipment manufacturers and as equipment providers to enhance the gaming industry. Because when we look at professional gaming, professional esports, you can't do without you can't do that without PCs. You can't rely on consoles. When you watch international competitions, they are using high-end PCs. So we cannot get to that point without someone starting and bringing in these PCs into the country.
Now tell us more about the process of building your PCs and what it means to be creative in that process.
Okay, so building PCs is quite easy.
Really?
Yeah, it's quite easy. If you study foreign countries very well, they themselves, they build their own PCs. Yeah, young guys that build their PCs. And for me, it started more of as a self-taught process.
No computer engineering background. So how's that? How do you then?
Well, it started basically from YouTube.
Okay.
Watched a lot of YouTube videos where people assemble PCs. I read a lot about PCs, computers, the components. I did some courses on Udemy. I did so many things that
so it's quite a lot then. It's not simple.
Well, it's quite a lot, and it involved a lot of dedication. And basically the process is quite simple. Demand, it depends on the demand. There are different industries in Nigeria in the creative aspect. There's the graphics design, there's the architecture, construction department where building designs and all that go on. There's also animation and entertainment industry. So all these people are still in the creative space, and the demand actually depends on whatever they want, on the kind of stuff PC. They want. Yeah. So some want fast processing. Some want the animation to be done in 2 seconds, 3 seconds. They want it to run faster. For architects, they want to render at the speed of light. So when you are doing multi-story buildings, you don't want to sleep and come back and meet your PC still running. You want it to be ASAP and deliver on time. So that is what actually dictates the particular type of PC for the particular client, so to speak. So and the process is quite simple. We get our brief from the client. We know what they want to use. We try to question them. What do you want to use your PC for? What are you into and all that? So by the time they tell us whatever they want or what they actually use their PCs for, then we give recommendations based on experience and tell them, okay, this is what you need. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what we are going to offer you. And we do this basically by just giving out specification sheets. We give them a specification sheet that this will work fine. And of course, we would have done the background study and check on the applications they use, because we are able to determine which software is graphic intensive or processor intensive and all that. Okay. So we know the compatibility settings for all these things. So it actually depends on our clients.
Okay.
So that is the first stage, getting the brief and knowing what to recommend. Then the next stage is just to basically add in our own personal effects to it. we then source for components. We go to the international market because that's the best source.
Place to get food. Yeah.
So we import these components right from the motherboard, from the casing, and all other components. And the interesting thing about it is that you are able to detect the particular type of component you want. You are able to choose the performance rating. You are not limited because there are pre-built pieces and there are custom-built pieces. Pre-built pieces are the ones done by HP, Dell, and all these established manufacturers. They have already assembled their pieces. We don't know what is there.
What's there?
But custom-built pieces, you will be able to select. So we select all these components and we relate it to our clients. As soon as a budget, is agreed upon and we are fixed on the price, there is an agreement, we bring in these components to the country and we assemble it.
All right. So how do you then optimize, these pieces for depending on the kind of workflow? You mentioned whether it was graphics intensive or processing intensive.
Yes. So basically, it still boils down to our background work, right? We know what these pieces require and these applications require, and of course, we already have a background information on what our clients or our prospective clients are, actually up to. So we are able to do various tests. We troubleshoot the PC and know, okay, this is what and what. Troubleshooting cases occurs when probably there's a PC already.
Okay.
Probably the company or the firm has a PC already and they just want to optimize. Then in that case, we troubleshoot, we check the components, we check which one is which, we check which one is actually low in performance. We replace some components.
And these pieces are clearly what we call PCs.
Yes, they're computers.
But not, laptops in any way. They still have to come in the normal.
Yeah, they come in desktops.
Because of heavy processing.
Heavy processing, because desktops are more for heavy processing. Laptops are notebooks, and also laptops. They are also mobile workstations too. But we don't assemble laptops. We don't touch laptops because laptops.
PCs.
Yeah.
All right. For live machines, assembling is one thing out the show. So how long do you think that process takes? When you get the necessary materials together, for the software, and, to run the applications to make sure everything is working, whether for processing-based systems or graphics-based systems. So how long does that process take?
Well, roughly it takes between 15 working days to 25 working days.
Wow.
Yeah, because it takes us some time to actually import these components.
Okay.
And we are getting the components from different sources, different types of components. Motherboard from one particular company, the RAMs from another company. So it takes time before it gets into the country. And when it gets into the country, within 5 days, we assemble, we test it, we make it pass through rigorous testing. We do benchmark tests for it. And as soon as it's ready, we send it out for delivery.
Okay, well, let's now go to discuss about gaming. We talked about being 1% from Africa representing this very huge industry with gaming. How do we really get that up to significant figures in the global market?
Well, that's a very interesting question. Obviously, we know that the network infrastructure in Nigeria is bad in terms of internet, good internet. Also, power is really a challenge, and in advanced countries, all these things are actually they're set, and it makes gaming easy and it makes it smooth. Here in Nigeria, it's really difficult to actually game online with other countries. You understand, and it's really a challenge. And that I think the way we can actually improve that is to better our infrastructure, of course. Then also sensitize people that gaming isn't just for lazy people. It's actually a profession in the modern countries. Recently, I think a 13-year-old boy won Fortnite. He won about
Fortnite World Cup. Yeah,
Fortnite World Cup. So that's huge money. So I think that is one of the ways I think we can improve the gaming.
Live Machines, your company also involved in esports. Tell us more about that.
We are actually involved in esports right now as equipment suppliers.
Okay.
So there's hardly, I don't think there's any other company that is actually pushing the PC gaming into the market. So we are...
Other companies are based on console.
Consoles, yes. Okay. So entertainment and sports companies are actually doing consoles, basically. At the recently concluded Tech Plus 2019, Tech Plus is actually a technology inclusive company, and they are really taking esports serious. So we had an opportunity to, showcase the PC gaming experience, where we took about 8 gaming PCs, and while people were playing with consoles, they could also come and experience PC gaming with their headsets, the keyboards, and gaming mouse. You understand? So because the experience for PC gaming is actually different. It's actually at the professional level. So, and since it's not prevalent yet in the country, so we just brought these PCs, and we had opportunity to play Fortnite. Fortnite is internet-based.
Yeah.
Then also...
Because it's interactive, you can play with people from different parts
of the country, yeah. Then Mortal Kombat, then we played Call of Duty, and games that are actually tournaments around the world, that are played as tournaments around the world. So that's how we are just starting to enter the video gaming industry.
For Light Machines, what's the future?
Well, as things are now, we're in the digital age. People will continually buy computers. And innovation will continually, occur. So the future is actually bright. There will always be demand, and we are actually planning to expand. We've already started expansion plans, but at the moment, we are structuring the business, because we are looking at it to be a long-term business. It's not just for the moment. We want it to be long-term, so we are structuring and restructuring. And because it's actually a startup, and there are different things involved. Also, it is capital intensive. So we are trying to get partnerships from, gaming industry stakeholders, and also international, bodies. And we will see where that gets us to.
All right. Well, keep up the good work at Light Machines. All about really upgrading our systems here for to do great stuff, and also in gaming. Thank you so much, Opeola Fopefoluwa, for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
To watch more videos just like this, make sure you subscribe right here, and of course check out more videos right here.